I don't know if I can do it here. Copy link. No, I don't think I. Well, maybe I can share it anyway, but somebody can.
Aren't we already on comfortable overtime?
It's 8 o'clock anyway. Nah, it's probably all the photos. It just crashed. Anyway, new link up, and we'll go through a bit quicker because it's getting late. I think it's all the photos. We've never tried.
I don't think the photos has anything to do with it.
We've shown books before, so I think that's okay. Anyway, but they're starting to log back in. So if somebody can share the link in the chat, then I'll go to the other one. I'm gonna leave this chat here, this first one, and then we find the new one, and then Karl can catch up. But we are at 8 o'clock, so we probably need to pick up the pace a little bit. Here's the other one. Karin is live with no picture. Okay, and then we put it on live chat instead of chop chat. There you go. I can see Albert, I can see Audra, Peruta, and Torben says, "Yo, quad the fuck," and Nikki's here, but not too long because she's falling asleep. So that's always a good thing to have. No, but she's in New Zealand. So anyway, we can try sharing a bit more, and then we got to go quicker. I think it's just because there's a lot of photos on here that it might be a space issue on my phone. You know how much memory can I show? Oops, I'm showing photos of something. Here, you can look at this one until I catch up. This is Sprung. That's it on the loom right there. You can see the middle point, and then you can see the. Oh, sorry, I've got the iron microphone on. You can see the safety bar along the middle here. This is the thing, but you're basically working the top and the bottom at the same time. You start weaving here, and whatever you do up here gets done down here. I have to find my place on the thing. Here is where I've got my hand in place of where that oh shit thread is called. It's called something, they call it the safety thread or the yeah. Anyway, I think I had a. Here's another fun ones for those of you hanging on. Karl hates it when I take photos like this of him sleeping on the plane. Okay. And then we went, oh, this is the where we were in. I just was taking pictures of flowers, but it was really quite picturesque in Ashbury. Daffodils in full bloom, and we come back to snow. And then there's these course photos. I gotta go way back now. I think it has more to do with the memory on my phone when it was sending the live. Let's try to look out some of this one was quite cool. Okay, so now we're gonna zoom like way ahead here, because I want to, since we're so far. This is a close-up of padding that is being worn. So here is like one half of a caftan or something, or a cloak maybe, and this is the other half, and this is a plate underneath. I have some more photos of this, but I wanted to take a close-up of the little metalwork that's on there. All this little it's a mitten. It's hard to see, but that's a mitten. The hand is here, and then that's the forearm. And this has got to be up in the Asian part, I think.
No, this is European.
Is it still European? I think that. Nope, that's a different one, but same type of outfit. You can see all the little. It looks like plates. And then maybe there. Yeah, there you can see the whole thing. Yeah, we'll get some hearts on that one. So we're getting more into the textile stuff here. But I like these. But yeah, this was really cool.
Okay, it might not be European. I'm not sure where this is from.
Is kuki the word for the mitten? Actually, I'm not really sure. But you can see the whole mitten there anyway. But I thought the mittens were so cool. So yeah, we can show some of these a bit anyway, since we've been looking so much at guns, and Karl could go on forever about guns. I think this might be the same one or a similar one, because I'm kind of going backwards now. No, this is a similar one. You can see the plates on there. But I would love to see how they did this. We're just going faster. I'm so sorry. You just have to go back and slow down and see if you want. There's another one. This is chainmail, but you can see the mittens there too. And he's got like a breastplate. And he's got like, looks like ostrich feathers on the top of his head there. Chime in whenever you want me to stop, Carl. Because since it's 8 o'clock, I'm going through much quicker now. Here's another one. More chainmail, but this has got like ties in the front. And then, of course, the helmets have a chain on them too. And then the shields were flipping amazing on this exhibit. Look, I mean, I love detail work. And that looks like it's quilted. That's the inside of a shield, by the way, of a buckler. You kind of put your arms right, your arm goes right through here this way. And I don't know if I have a picture of the outside of it. Nikki says, I've been looking at things thanks to Nella, but it's all finished. Yeah, the amazing work on these, but you can see this is okay. So now you're getting into the Karin geeky part stuff. But these are things I was like taking pictures like mad here. This might get split, but you can see kind of the other side of the shield there to the right. So there's the inside and then there's the outside, and even the outside had a lot of decoration on it. Let's see, what was this a picture of? Oh, it's like a, look at all the mother of pearl. It's a shell. And what was it for holding? Do you remember? It's like an extreme close of it right now, but if you kind of back up a bit, you can see like this conch shell type, not quite a conch shell, but it looks like a snail shell, I guess.
It's for gunpowder, probably a primer powder for your musket.
Yeah. I thought that was just really cool. Then we get into all these axes and things. Mace. Look at the beard on that one up on the top there. The top right.
Again, we are dealing with the Indians.
Yeah, no, we're up in the Asian part of the world now. This is on the next floor. Okay, I'll zip through a bit more quicker. Was this the one with the tusks? No. These ones are knives that you kind of hold. You have your hand here and you hold it like, you know.
Indian punch daggers.
Yeah.
The correct name for them is Qatar. It's
Those
at
are
least here I
impressive.
understand what I'm thinking, but it's still
Exploding
not
snails.
exactly a practical weapon.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna keep zipping through here a bit, just in case it crashes again. I'm quite sure that has nothing to do with the copyright thing. Oh, this was the big elephant that we saw in the front of last week's thumbnail. It's quite huge. It's not a real elephant, don't worry. But I did take some close-ups of the padding up there. All these panels were just amazing. Little elephants. Sometimes there's like, this looks like it might be some sort of a bird. And do you want to, what did you say about the paneling on this thing? It's chainmail and plating and lamellar, yeah. But it was really quite cool. These people really knew how to. Oh, these were the tusk things. It's a little cut off in the photo, but that would sit on the. What did you call those tusk blades or something? You put them on the tusks of the elephant and they do more damage.
What the museum calls them is tusk swords.
Tusk swords.
You mount these things on the tusks. You put the armor on the elephant. And
Not a bird, it's a dino.
the way war elephants probably worked. I don't know if this is the case for them, but I heard this about the Carthaginians. Isn't that they aren't meant to be tanks. They are not meant to basically make holes through your opponent's formations. They are meant to be straight up terror weapons. So you have an elephant killing a guy in an extremely spectacular way, like standing on one leg and then pulling the other leg off with his trunk. If that's your friend, you might be afraid of elephants from now on. And that's kind of the point.
Well, this little guy I took a picture of. I think he was in your book too, though. Well, you can't see his face very well in the picture. I mean, there's like a little head here. It looks like the puppy dog from Neverending Story. And this was also, did you think...
it looks like a gunpowder holder.
A gunpowder holder, maybe, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, that was in your book. I don't have a better picture of it. Oh, and then we have things on horses. It was quite to see how the textile's done of it. I do have a close-up of that one. Just so Carl sees which one it is before I do the next photo of it. Oops, I lost my place on here, or... Yeah, no, that's the one. Every once in a while my picture whites out, but there you can see a close-up of it. that was quite cool. I don't know, is that like a lamellar type thing or what?
I don't know. It might be textile armor, something like little thorax.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I have no idea. Because sometimes when it looks like textiles, it's actually metal hidden underneath the textiles.
Mm.
And sometimes it's like the little thorax, where you have 15 layers of linen that are
What is
glued
it?
together, so it
Front
becomes like
view
a
of
hard
the
shell.
elephant. Yeah, so we're zipping through a bit quicker. Oh yeah, this helmet, of course, you recognize from last week. It was hard not to get a reflection in the glass. And who was we talked about this last week, so you don't have to go through it again. But whose helmet?
188.
Henry VIII, and the reason why he's wearing some really steampunk goggles.
Because at this time, glasses has just been has just been invented, and are considered to be a symbol of high status and high intelligence. And obviously, you want Henry VIII to look smart, but he's also the last king of England that actually went to war, so you want him to look terrifying as well. So that's why you give him the horns and the derpy smile. I absolutely love this helmet. It's one of the
That's so
coolest
cool.
things in existence.
And then we have this guy here. Now this one's gonna come with a little bit of trivia. On his skirt, you can see there's panels. In that skirt, by the way, it will collapse up this way. How to get in there?
Yeah, and by the way, this guy here is the same guy. This is just another one of Henry VIII's armors.
Yep, big guy. There you can see on the side there too, where it's got these hinges. But notice all the panels have decoration because there's going to be a little trivia here. Let's see. We don't want to give it away too much. This is another one, I think, of the whole thing. There we go. And then zipping in quick, but I'll slow down on the one that we need. That's the leggings, the leg part. That's like where the knee is. This is the front of his knee. This is the back of his knee. And under that skirt thing. And here, I think, is where the question is. There's a mistake. They were in a hurry to produce it. And I think we can see it on this one, but I don't know if you can see the mistake. God, I don't even know if I can see it on it from this distance, but I believe it should be somewhere near the middle anyway. You can see there's like decoration, 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 and somewhere in here there's like they started to draw. I think it's this one or somewhere similar.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle, maybe like there or something. Yeah, where they started to draw into it, and then they went like, "Oops, wasn't supposed to do that." And I think you can see it better, obviously, on the plaque. There you can, let's see, pattern. I think here's where they started to draw and they weren't supposed to, or yeah, it was this one right here. So sometimes they fuck it up too, and is it a design feature, but actually I think it's kind of cool that there's a mistake there. Okay, then we have this helmet. It's kind of simple looking, but it's impressive little bit of metal work or hammering.
Well, compared to many of the other ones, I don't find this particularly impressive, but...
I liked it. It was very crude looking. Yeah. Let's see. I don't know if I got a glimpse of... no, that doesn't show crap. I think there was a glove there. I was trying, and it's just cut off. Yeah, no, you can't see it really well. But those are actually glove number 1, glove number 2. And it's like the metal that goes on the top of your hand here. What?
Did you photograph the mustache helmet? The guy with the big mustache?
I think I did. Was he before or after this? Oh, yeah. Oh, so we can't show that one first. We have to show a different one. It doesn't really show. Anyway, but that wasn't the picture I was going to show. I was going to show this one first. But there you can see it really better. Now, this guy's got a schnoz on him, too, which is hard to see in the Vex photo. I'll go back to it. But do you want to talk about this one, and then I'll zip over to the next photo, and you can just see how crooked his nose is.
This is truly impressive metalwork. Because the mustache and the actual faceplate is the same piece of metal. So here you have a blacksmith that knows the difference between his ass and his anvil, so to speak.
Yeah. And then here was that photo. I just see that it gets cut off at his nose, but you can It's got like a real witch thing going on. It just kind of goes like
Yeah, his
almost like he
nose
has
is
like
a thing of beauty. It's really big.
it's just like he's got this big bump on the nose and it goes around. But that was quite cool. Then you can see the whole thing. I mean, the whole helmet. It covers the whole head. Let's see. Then we got this guy. I think it's the same one. No, more armor. These were kind of cool to see.
This was the Christmas
On the
present.
side. Was it?
I don't remember the name of the guy, but the king wanted to give him a Christmas present, and he had this armor made for him. But then it dies just before Christmas, so it kind of just went back to the royal armory.
Let's see. There's a little bit of conversation there. Nikki says, I am making chopstick needles. What do others use for the eye? A Dremel would work if you have your hands on one. When I was making, and I'm going to shove this in the screen here. I was kind of surprised, but this is, oh yeah, it's really not showing up there, but maybe if I do this. Okay, yeah. This is the one that I made out of antler for the class anyway, and the eye on that one, I was actually able to poke out with a piece of flint, but you had to keep it wet all the time. So maybe something sharpened and just keep digging and working on it. You don't want to wet the piece of wood, though, I wouldn't think. I think that would make it too soft.
It's good advice to everybody. Make it wet. Make it wet before you poke it.
All right, Karl, this one. It's like, you know, the eyes are up here. So it's like a half, it's an upside down kind of half shield. And then you've got the breastplate shoulder guards. It's like a cow. It's like one of those hoods or a cowl without a hood on it.
Flying fuck am I looking at?
Yeah, I think all the pictures. I took 3 of these, but they're different variations of glass. I mean, reflection showing on it. But that's the collar. That's the neck here, and then it kind of goes up here.
Yeah, I think I get that, but
I think the
this
first picture was the
will-
best. So he must have had like another. You can see there's like a hinge here. So he must have had something that kind of goes on the top and closes down. You know, like something out of Scooby-Doo.
this will limit your motions to the point of ridiculousness.
Well, you wouldn't be able to move your arms pretty much too forward there, but yeah. Okay, but I like the patterning on it. Doesn't matter if it's functional as long as you look good. This one was a hard one to take a picture of, but that's also
Spoken
one
like a
of those...
true Swede.
That one's also one that would kind of close in the top like something straight out of Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, there's a helmet for you, Karl. This is actually a replica. It's not the real thing. You could buy it.
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing Greg would buy for his wall.
This would be like a Roman centurion's helmet. And it would be an interesting thing to buy if it was made properly.
This one you could...
So that it was actually a battle-ready helmet. But I strongly suspect that this is something that will barely survive being on your mantelpiece for the rest of its existence.
Let's see. Let's look at more padding here. I don't know if we showed this one. I'm not sure if we showed that one, but it was another with padding and plates. And I think there's a little close-up of that one. Because I'm a textile person, I like looking at the textile. Look at the detail on that sucker. And I gotta say, the material underneath looks a lot like worn velvet. Don't know, but it looks like it. But all those little studs must have taken forever to put in.
Oh, yeah.
And then they're done in such a nice, intricate pattern. So I was loving taking pictures of stuff like that. Here is the mitten. It's kind of hard to see, but this is the thumb, and you are looking into his palm. It was quite cool, and that also has like a medal on the forearm, by the way. I have to take my kid to my friend's house so I can do wine tasting most of the day. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the wine. Not for kids, says Outer, by the way. Robert says, gonna have to go. Work beckons, and I have to catch the rest later. Yep, no, it'll stay up, so we'll just kind of flip through real quick and then just join and just check in later. I'm gonna have to put a title on this one, too, that says Take 2 or something. This is something I thought was really cool. And there's a close-up of this one. This is obviously the chest, and that's the neck up here. And what you're looking at is a bunch, it looks like a bunch of coins that are put onto chainmail.
Yes.
Like literally sewn into it.
I would say that's exactly what it is. I don't think it's a sound though, because I
I
can
don't know
see
how they
how
put
it
them on there,
is.
but it looks so cool. So I thought that was a neat thing. I kind of want to do that nowadays. Make something with these coins. I got jars and jars full of foreign coins I can't do crap with. And what do you do with pennies nowadays? So, but you can see I think one of them you can see has Arabic writing, if I can remember, on the coin. I don't know if I remember that. I can't see it too clearly now, but for some reason I thought there
I
was.
would say that most of them look like they have Arabic
Yeah.
writing.
And then I don't know what this is. I have to just open it and see. It's something. It looks like a container. Yeah, I can see that
It's
there's like a head to it and
another,
a cork.
it's another horn for gunpowder, I believe.
Oh, okay. Then we have another chainmail here.
Very
We'll just
derpy looking though.
Yeah, look at that one. We're in the really cool stuff now. But yeah, I'm gonna have to zip through much faster, so you just have to go back and slow it. I think I tried to get a side angle of that same piece, or no, detail. There you go. You can see these little pieces of, it looks like pieces of metal held together by chainmail, but of course I can't slam my eyeballs into the screen right now.
It is.
It is it? Yeah, and then this is a mitten, forearm and a mitten. And then headpiece. Looks quite cool for the textile people. I don't know if you can see it, that's an ear flap. Let's see, I don't know if I got any, I think I only just got the one photo of that. Some more detailed work. I have no idea what that is. It looks like a bag. But I like the detailed. Yeah, because on the actual whole picture it just looks like a panel of something, so it's probably a bag. Or a pouch. Here's another one. This is, I think that's a strap that was on something. You can see this is like a buckle up here, and then there's all this intricate weaving, it looks like. Then we have this one, Karl. I tried to take a picture of it, but it glared. It's a helmet. There's one more picture of it. It had this big front piece. Maybe it shows better there. Yeah.
I want to say Arabic, but I don't know.
It probably is. It's up in the same floor as the elephants and everything. So.
Yeah, well, the elephants are Mogul, but
Yeah. But I mean, that whole part of the world they kind of had put together. Here's another piece.
Of course, it could be Indian.
There you see the forearm, and then you see a mitten here. These are Arabic, says Albert. Yeah, and Aldra also says quite Arabic, this one. Yeah, so then we might be going into the Arabic part. Let's see, yeah, there's another close-up of the base of that mitten, the hand part. Coming up, I think, unless we crashed. There it goes. Look at the detail, and again, that looks like it's on a velvet. But so cool. I think, oh no, I got pictures of handcuffs for Holger. You never know when he needs to see a set of handcuffs. There's more of those, but I don't need to put those up. I forget what this is. It looks like another case.
These are
Oh
handcuffs.
no, this is the fantasy crap. This is the vampire kit.
This is, I don't care about this.
Yeah, Karl didn't like this section. I thought that part was funny anyway. They also had some Wild West, the movie Wild West with Will Smith type guns. And one of them was from what was the one that was the boat? Nautilus.
Yeah, this, you're looking at it right now. It's
Yeah.
Captain Nemo's gun.
Captain Nemo's gun, that was it.
I am not at all.
No, I just zipped through quick because it's fun to watch Karl squirm. Here was another one. This, I think, was the Wild Wild West ones. It's a very steampunk kind of movie with Will Smith in it. Okay, and then this is a barrel of a gun. It's looking this way. But that barrel was something you liked. If I remember correctly. There might be another close-up photo of it.
It's hard to see, but what I think we are looking at is a flintlock revolver.
Yeah. Yeah, because the handle's this way, the gun's pointing this way, and this is, you can see the little chambers. I don't think I have a better picture of that. Oh, then we have little baby guns. Teeny tiny ones. That one is just like that big. It's really tiny.
Yeah.
It's so tiny.
we're into concealable weapons. This one.
This one you liked. It doesn't show it very well, but that's a crossbow. The handle is here and the crossbow part here. And the whole thing's probably like that long. It's really tiny.
This one is very fascinating because it's completely unique.
I wish the whole picture would show.
It's the only one in the world now. They are mentioned a couple of times in laws and in other lectures. Apparently, a small steel crossbow was a part of the plan of an assassination attempt against Elizabeth I. And in Venice, it is specifically stated that if you are caught with a small steel crossbow while masked, they will cut both your hands off and throw you in jail for 6 years. I don't think a medieval or a Renaissance Venetian jail would be any fun under normal circumstances. But when I cut off both of your hands, you can't even wipe your own ass. It's probably not fun.
This was a long sword that had a. It almost looks like a fencing sword, but it's not. And you can see the hilt doesn't really show up very well on the right. But I do have another picture of it. But it's probably going to get cut off a little bit as well. I think if I remember correctly, that was one you pointed out, Karl. There you can see the handle part, the hilt. Maybe I just thought it was cool and took a picture of it.
You probably thought it was cool and
I
took a
probably
picture
thought
of
it was
it.
cool. There's some notes of execution above it, though.
It's, I think it's a 200 sword of some kind,
Yeah.
but I'm not familiar with the typology there.
Then there's this one, big long one. I think you might have liked that one for some reason. I see there's a bearded axe down here, too.
Everybody likes the big long ones.
Not for kids. Let's see. I'm got to keep going, though, Karl. We'll just flap through. You just tell me which one you want to point out. What is this we're looking at? It looks like it's got bullets in it. Or shells or something.
I have no idea. It could be a pepper box, but it's a little bit too simple to be that.
Yeah. No, that's pretty much the whole thing. It's just dead center in the middle. Another box with weapons in it. Gotta like it. A little compartment for everything. It makes me so happy.
This is probably very tiny.
Yeah, it is. These are the small weapons, the concealable ones. Look at this next one here. These are a bunch of little teeny tiny guns.
And the trigger system on very tiny guns is often like that. So yeah,
it's for gunpowder, said Albert, by the way. And yeah, the vampire. She was laughing on the other one. A very historical vampire kit.
Those are derringers, or something so similar that it's a copyright issue if they're not derringers.
Yeah. I think there's like two of them that got kind of cut off. And then there was like the mechanism on this one you liked. This is, okay, the handle is over here and the gun is pointing that way. I thought you liked the locking mechanism of that, but I can't remember. For some reason, I took a picture of it.
Notice that it only has 5 shots in the drum.
Yeah.
I don't know anything more about this particular gun, so I can't really say.
That's okay. Might be, no, it's not in this one. This is more tiny guns. Teeny tiny. They're so tiny. Then there is this interesting gun, and I don't know if the hilt's going to show, but I have a picture of it. Yeah, no, it doesn't. At the base is like this really big ball.
Yeah.
And it's not going to, maybe it'll show up in this one a little bit.
This is a matchlock.
You can kind of see it there.
Wheel-lock pistol. And as Karin says, it has a really big ball on the end.
This was just the hilt, so it might show up there. There's the big ball on the end.
I believe the purpose of this big ball is that this takes a while to reload. So if you are in close combat, having something to knock your opponent over the head with is probably a good thing when you have spent your bullet.
Okay.
It's also a stopper so it doesn't fly out of your hand.
No. Let's see. Zoom a bit more through these. I don't know if there was one in that section you liked particularly. What is this one? Oh, it had like a... It's the hilt of a sword. And look at this. I mean, this is in the fencing area now. But it's just like this big globe on the end of your hand. Well, your hand is going this way.
Yeah, these are different types of hand protection. So different baskets for your hilt, so to speak.
Basket's a good word. There's another one. And that's your hand going in this way. But look at all the intricate work on it. I love the lattice work. Okay, and then we're... Oh, more... This guy. This is the one with the horns. Okay, so that's his face because I could not get the glare out of it. So that's the face of it, and there's these big horns sticking up on the side here. There. We should be able to see it a little bit better. It shouldn't get cut off too much. There you go. But you can see there was a glare issue, so I could either get the horns or I could get the face.
This is Japanese samurai armor.
Yeah.
And when people keep telling you that nobody had horns on their helmets,
They clearly haven't met a Japanese samurai.
they apparently haven't met Ubutsu Hukuku or whatever this guy's name is.
Yeah. Here's his outfit, by the way. Some closer. Lots of, it's like shoelace everywhere here. It's quite cool. With the knots. There's the bottom of it. There you can see more of the shoelace type thing going through everything. It's all these panels are held together with these laces, this red lacing. The whole thing. Then you got a horse. This is actually for a horse's head. You can see there's the eyes, there's the nostrils. It's a little close up, but when you know what it is, anyway, it's a bit cool to see. And I think that was, yeah, it's on the front of this horse, but there you can see some of this metal work again in there. Dragon! Yeah, it was a dragon, I think. It turned your horse into a dragon anyway. Here's some more close-up of that metal work, and I took another one. I mean, you can just see these divots. So then I took one more photo where it starts to hit the material, the fabric, so you can kind of see the pieces a bit more in perspective. There, you can see where all these little pieces hit, and this is fabric. It was really nice to see what we could do. I would love to sit there and read on all of this, but it'll take forever. Here's another fun helmet. And a bit of a... Yeah, he looks like a guy you don't want to mess with. He's got teeth.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I think that one aspect that the Japanese very clearly understand that, and I think the Europeans understood it too, but
armor.
they are
That's
not good at formulating it, is that it's a clear advantage
Shoulder,
in battle
arm.
if your opponent cannot see your face and he is very afraid of you.
By the way, this is all blue shoelaces. I'm just going to keep calling them shoelaces. But you can see how they're all worked into each other. This is the base of his, the skirt of his outfit. And I think that is, here was a whole picture of him. But again, it's hard to see. So we were looking at the shoulder, and then we were looking at the skirt part, and then of course the helmet with the teeth, cavities and all. This is what I wanted to show. These are the spears, but they're really long spears, huge long spears. I mean, you could probably joust with these suckers, but this is a close-up, and you can see, I was talking about this last week, how they decorate it with all these little pieces of shell, mother of pearl. It's like all applique on there. And I don't know if, I mean, they were so long, I could barely get it in a shot as it was, but you could, there's the tips, there's a tip of one of them, there's like that, but you can, all this glittery stuff is actually mother of pearl. And then on the back of them, they have these big boom thing. It looks like a big cotton swab. I don't know what that is. But, I mean, these are really long.
I think I have a theory on how Asia operates.
Yeah?
The Chinese make something functional.
Here, maybe.
The Japanese make something functional, and then they put bling on it. The Indians start with the bling, and then they try to make it functional.
Yeah.
That's my racist theory about how Asia actually works.
Well, so I thought that was really cool, but again, the mother of pearl close-up was just insane. So Audra's laughing. I think she likes your theory too. Okay, I know we're on the top floor here. Oh, here's some more. Okay, so this guy, I couldn't get him all in there without too much glare either. But basically, you're looking at the side, his side, and there's his helmet. And this is, I think, somewhere around his neck, and then there's his shoulder and going down. But again, it's this shoelace work. Somebody over there is going to roll over in their grave and say, "Shoelaces, really, woman? Shoelaces?" But it, it kind of is. There you go. There's the whole thing. There you can see that side we were looking at, the skirt, the helmet. And I try to get some close-ups of this too.